6th class kids. After a long gap, I am going to upload a video for my kids. Their syllabus has been changed. Anyway, now the government is going to release their books. Happy? Hi children, how are you? Hope all are fine. What were you doing these holidays? How could you pass the time? Watching movies. Okay, then by playing cell phones, games in cell phone. My God, never do that. It's not good. You are having wonderful future. Keep away the phone. You are having so many activities, so many alternatives are there for passing the time. Okay, you must be away from the phone. Anyway, now we will upload the videos also. Sometime you can pass like that and do all of your hobbies. Okay, now let me see whether you are ready for receiving. After a long gap now, I am going to give 3 exercise words. Very easy, simple task. You can have this competition along with your mom, dad, or otherwise with your brothers and sisters. Start stop clock and start counting numbers from 1 to 50. Let us see who is completing first. Second task, count down the numbers from 50 to 1, leaving one number each in the middle, like that 50. Then don't say 49, say 48. Then don't say 47, 46, like that. Okay. Again, one more interesting task. You have to take pen and paper and write down the names of your favorite person. Maybe your dad, mom, or God, or maybe your name itself, any name that you are interested. Write as many number of times, maximum number of times within 1 minute. Start stop clock, then start writing. This competition you can do with your parents also. You can sit together and you can start writing down fast. Okay. So first time, see how many times could you write within 1 minute. Okay, keep it for the second time also. In second minute, how many times could you write? See, are you increasing or decreasing? Okay, if it is increasing, okay. And the third time, the final time, could you increase the words? How many words per minute? You can see your parents to whom you are competing, you can see their words also, how many times they have written. Okay, now after completing that, see my video, see the lesson. Okay, you have to write down the notes. Shall we start then? Okay, now let us learn about the poem Coromandel Fishes, which is written by Sarojini Naidu. Do you know she is known as the Nightingale of India because of her notable works in the field of poetry. Through her poems, she sowed the seed of patriotism in the world. So, she was given the title Nightingale of India. And she is the first woman governor for the United Provinces, present day UP, Uttar Pradesh. And she also was the president of Indian National Congress after Gandhiji. Okay, let us learn a little more about. Okay, Sarojini Naidu, born on 13 February 1879 in Hyderabad in a Bengali Brahmin family. When she was born, 13 February 1879, and where she was born in Hyderabad. And she was died on 2nd March 1949. When she was died, 2nd March 1949, after getting independence. No, we got independence on 15th August 1947. Okay. And who was her husband? Govinda Rajulu Naidu.
Thus she got the surname Naidu, and her title is Nightingale of India. And in the field of poetry, her notable works are Golden Threshold and Bazaars of Hyderabad. And our poem is also taken from Golden Threshold. Coromandel Fissures is also from Golden Threshold because Golden Threshold is a collection of poems. And she is a follower of Mahatma Gandhi and his idea of Swaraj. First woman to hold office of the governor in the United Provinces. What is United Provinces? Present-day Uttar Pradesh. Her poetry includes patriotism, romance, and tragedy. And she held the position of President of Indian National Congress. This poem, Coromandel Fissures, depicts the bond between the people of Coromandel Coast and the sea. Then which part of the coastal area is known as Coromandel Coast? Let me tell you that first. Indian coastal plains divided into western coastal plains and eastern coastal plains. Under western coastal plains, run of coast to Kanyakumari covers. They are divided into Konkan coast, Canara coast, and the Malabar coast. Okay, Konkan coast, areas of coastal areas of Ran of Kutch, Maharashtra, and Goa, and Canara coast, coastal areas of Karnataka, Malabar coast, coastal areas of Kerala. And coming to eastern coastal plains, they are also divided into three. Utkal coast, that is in Odisha, and Sarkar coast, that's also called as Andhra coast, because the region, the coastal region of Andhra Pradesh coming under Sarkar coast, and the Coromandel coast. Coromandel coast, the coastal regions of Tamil Nadu. So our present poem, that is Coromandel Fissures, is about the fishermen of this region. Which region? Coromandel Coast region. What is Coromandel Coast? The regions, the coastal regions of Tamil Nadu. Okay, now let us go into the poem. In this poem, Coromandel Fissures, Sarojini Naidu compares the life of fishermen on the land and at the sea. Actually, she is giving the message to the fishermen that life of those people will be far better in independent India than in British India. So she inspired those people to participate in freedom struggle. She is asking them to fight for independent India. So this poem is actually to motivate the people of India or to awake the people of India to participate in the freedom struggle. Okay, now let us see the stanzas.
Rise, brothers, rise, the wakening skies, pray to the morning light. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn, like a child that has cried all night. Come, let us gather our nets from the shore and set our catamarans free to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. For we are the kings of the sea. No longer deal, let us hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. The sea is our mother, the cloud is our brother, the waves are our comrades all. What though we toss at the fall of the sun, but the hand of the sea god drives. He who holds the storm by the hair will hide in his breast our lives, will hide in his breast our lives. Sweet is the shade of the coconut glade and the scent of the mango grove. And sweet are the sounds at the full of the moon with the sound of the voices we love. But sweeter, oh brothers, the kiss of the spray and the dance of the wild foam's glee. Row, brothers, row to the edge of the verge with low sky meets with the sea, where the low sky meets with the sea, where the low sky meets with the sea.
Okay, here goes the first stanza. Rise, brothers, rise. The wakening skies pray to the morning light. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that has cried all night. Come, let us gather our nets from the shore and set our catamarans free to capture the leaping wealth of the tide, for we are the kings of the sea. So, from the point of view of the fisherman, the leader of the fishermen calling their fellow fishermen, rise, rise, brothers, rise. You have to get up now. It's morning. The wakening skies pray to the morning light. Wakening skies means night time sky also sleeps. It is darkness. So now the sky has risen up. That means sun has risen up. It is morning light. It is a daybreak. Wakening skies pray to the morning light. Means it is the morning. It is the daybreak. So from here, we get a clue that what time actually fishermen go to the sea. They go to the sea morning, isn't it? That is why the fisherman calling his brothers or the other fellow fishermen to rise fast or to get up soon. Rise, brothers, rise. It's a time that we want to go to sea. It's morning. Okay, see the next one. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that has cried all night. The second condition that they want to go into the sea. What's the second condition? There should not be wind. First of all, it should be morning. Secondly, there should not be wind. So, he's saying that there is no wind. The wind is also sleeping in the hands of the dawn. What is dawn? Daybreak. It's sleeping like a child that has cried all night. If a child cried during night and morning, he will sleep more time. Is it like that? The wind got tired and sleeping now. There is no wind. So the conditions are favorable. There is morning light and also there is no wind. So rise, brothers, rise. Let us go into the sea. Why they should go into the sea? To capture the leaping wealth of the tide. See here. Come, let us gather our nets from the shore. So let us collect our nets from the shore. And let us set our catamarans free. Let us free our boats. Okay, let us untie our boats and collect the nets. And let us go into the sea. The fisherman saying to other fishermen, the leader of the fishermen, he is saying to the other fishermen to collect the then collect the nets and to go to set the catamarans free, the boats free, and go into the sea. For what? To capture the leaping wealth of the tide. Why they should go into the sea? To catch the wealth of the tide. They should go very quickly. What is the wealth of the tide? What they get from the tide? They get the fish. So, to capture the wealth of the tide. What is wealth of the tide mean? Fish. So, let us be hurry to go into the sea in order to catch the fish. For we are the kings of the sea. Sea is ours. So, let us go. Now, we are the king. So, we are free enough to go to the sea. There is no wind, and also it's morning light. The sun has risen up. So let us go into the sea. We are the kings of the sea. Let us move quickly to capture the wealth of the child. But according to the point of view of the political activist, here Rice Brothers Rise means the leaders request the common people to awake and also to participate in the freedom struggle. So they are inspiring the people of India, all of them, to participate in the freedom struggle. The conditions are so favorable. The awakening skies pray to the morning light. The wind lies asleep in the arms of the dawn like a child that has cried all night. So through this, she wanted to say the common people that all the conditions are favorable now for participating, for fighting for freedom. So all of you give support for support to the leaders, and let us all fight together under the leadership of Gandhiji. And once we get to freedom, we are the kings of the sea. Means we in free India, we are the kings. Or otherwise, no need to fear about anyone. We are having the freedom. So to get to that freedom, to live in the free India, we have to participate in, you all should participate in freedom struggle. Like that, she motivated the common people, the fishermen also, she motivated, saying that once they get freedom, they will be the king. Means they are happy people. No need of fearing about anyone. So I think that through this poem, she wanted to give that message to the common people. Okay, see here verb forms from that passage, from that stanza. Rise, rose, risen. Wake, woke, woken. Pray, prayed, prayed. Lie, lay, lay. Cry, cried, cried. Come, came, come. Gather, gathered, gathered. Set, set, settled. Okay, now all the three forms are same for set. V1, V2, V3 also same only. How to go through the verb forms to frame the correct sentences? You should know the conjugation. Means V1, V2, V3. V4 it is very easy because you will get by adding ing. Okay. So next capture, captured, captured. Leave, left, left. Okay, now it's the time that we want to go into the next stanza. Let us go into the next stanza. No longer delay, let us hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. The sea is our mother, the cloud is our brother, the waves are our comrade soul. What though we toss at the fall of the sun, where the hand of the sea god thrives? He who holds the storm by the hair will hide in his breast our lives. Let us go through the meaning. Delay means make late. Hasten, be quick to do something. Track, away. Seagull, a bird that lives near sea. Comrades, a fellow member. Toss, throw, otherwise move or cause to move from side to side or back and forth. Hide, keep out of sight. Okay, let us see the first line. No longer delay. Should not become late. We should not make late. Rise, brothers, rise. It's a time to go now. You should not make late. Let us hasten away. Let us be fast enough. Let us be quick enough. Be ready fast. The track of the seagull's call. Actually, they will go in the way of the seagull, because seagull knows where the fish is. So if the fisherman is following the seagull, it is easy for them to find out where fishes are available. So that will sing. Let us hasten away in the track of the seagull's call. Let us go in that way where the seagull is leading us. Seagull is a seabird. Sea is our mother. The cloud is our brother. Who is their mother? They consider, fishermen consider sea as their mother and cloud as their brother. And waves are our comrades. Waves are our friends. Whose friends? Fishermen friends. What though we toss at the fall of the sun? The fall of the sun means the sun is going to meet the horizon. That means evening time is going to get dark. So what though we toss, even though the boat moves side to side, hand of the sea god rise. Sea god is there to protect us then. So let us be fast enough. Be quick to go into the sea, to capture the wealth of the sea. He who holds the storm by the hair. Who holds the storm by the hair? Sea god means stop the storm. Sea god is having the ability. So omnipotent. God is omnipotent, omniware. He is an omnipowerful. He can do anything. Isn't? So he stop the storm. Like that, we'll hide in his breast our lives. In his breast, he will protect us also, protect our lives also. So don't be worried. Let us go. Let us be fast enough to go into the sea. Okay. So here also, Sarojini Naidu, maybe she might have wanted to give the message to the people that to be fast enough to participate in the freedom struggle. All the leaders are there to protect them, so no need to afraid. Come and participate. Let us go and achieve freedom. That message, I think that she wanted to give that message to the common people. So she might have written this poem. I'm thinking in that way. Okay, here the verb forms delay, delayed, delayed. And in the first stanza, we have seen set, set, set. Like that here, let, let, let. All the three forms are same only. Then hasten, hastened, hastened. Call, called, called. Toss, tossed, tossed. Drive, drove, driven. Hold, held, held. Hide, hid, hidden. So these verb forms you have to learn in order to form or frame correct sentences. Okay, in every stanza, so whenever you are learning, you have to go through the vocabulary. Okay, let us see the third stanza. Sweet is the shade of the coconut glade and the scent of the mango grove. And sweet are the sands at the full of the moon with the sound of the voices we love. But sweeter, oh brothers, the kiss of the spray and the dance of the wild forms glee. Row, brothers, row to the edge of the verge where the low sky meets with the sea. See the meanings? Glade, an open space in a forest. Scent, a pleasant smell or distinctive smell. Grove, a small wood, it means forest or group of trees. Wild form, thick foam created by waves. Glee, great delight. Row, paddle. Verge, extreme limit. Run, edge or border. Okay, see here, sweet is a shade of the coconut glade. On the shore, there are coconut trees and mango groves, mango trees, and among these trees, there will be open space. Okay, glade, open space. So they take rest in that open space. So that is sweet for them. They love it, isn't it? And also, night in the full moon, taking rest in that shore, that sand. There will be sounds of the voices. What voices? The voice of the waves. So that they love. So sands, these all shade of the coconut, next scent of the mango trees, full moon and the sands on the shore, voices of the waves. But brothers, it is sweeter, the kiss of the spray and the dance of the wild forms glee, the delighted waves, dancing waves. Don't you feel it as more sweeter? And also the kiss of that spray. What spray? The waves. The kiss of the spray and dance of the wild waves. Waves are delighted happily. They are dancing. Don't you feel that sweeter than this the shade of the coconut and the scent of the mango trees and the full moon and everything? So, brothers, let us go into the sea. Okay, row, brothers, row to the edge of the verge, means to the horizon, the ending where the sky appears to meet the sea. Edge of the verge means the horizon. That is a place where the low sky meets with the sea. They meet with the sea. So let us go into the horizon. Let us reap our wealth. Let us go and reap our wealth. So brothers, arise. But actually, Sarojini Naidu, through this, through her poem, she wanted to motivate the people on that region. That means especially the fishermen also to participate in the freedom struggle. Through this, she wanted to say, I am thinking like that, because she's saying that row, brothers, row. That means participate in the freedom struggle. Let us get freedom. So living in the free India is sweeter than living in the British India. So all of us should participate in the freedom struggle. Like that, she motivated, or she urged the people of, or she urged the common people also to participate in the freedom struggle. So here, verb forms: love, loved, loved, row, rowed, rowed. So you have to learn the glossary, verb forms, and also memorize the poem. It's a very beautiful poem, no? Hope you understand the poem. Did you understand? Okay, good.